The trouble with being last speaker is everybody said what you were going to say. So you've got a choice. I can either make it up as I go along or I can piss off. It's not a free vote, by the way. But I'm going to start. I've just received some bad news, some tragic news in fact, that I think I should share with you. I don't want to put a damper on the day because it's a fantastic day, but I've just heard that Michael Heseltine's still alive. But it's not all bad, because Norman Tebbit, Nigel Lawson, Leon Britton are all rotting in hell with Margaret Thatcher. And you know what's good about that? We're still here! And we're still taking on. Now, I want to thank my fantastic comrades in our Orgreave Truth and Justice campaign. I'm only the gobby one in it. I'm the only one that just do things like that. They've done some real craft for all these years to get us where we are with our one chance, our last chance in 42 long and hard years to expose not just what happened at Orgreave on that fateful day, but also what happened for an entire 12 months of that strike. So can you give them all a great round of applause? Heroes, every one of them. And you know, we couldn't have achieved that without the support of people like yourselves. They've kept us going. It's been hard, it's been difficult. For 42 years, we've been told, go away, we don't want to hear about you. Amber Rudd famously stood up in Parliament and said there was no need for a public inquiry because the police had learned lessons. Tell that to the Palestinian protesters. Tell that to the spy cops victims who were spied on. And it's a pity that my great friend Donna McLean is not here. If I can recommend one book to read that will both anger you and inspire you, it's her book, Small Town Girl. But comrades, let's celebrate that we have achieved something at last. It might not be perfect, it might not be 100% of everything we fought and campaigned for, but my God, let's make the most of our day in the sun. As I say, they've smeared us 42 years. We were the enemy within. Our great leader, Arthur Scargill, was slandered, victimised like nobody else. He's still here, by the way, and would have been here if he wasn't away doing what he does best elsewhere. So yeah, we've kept going. And why have we kept going? Because 42 years ago, people like me knew that what we were fighting for was worthwhile. It was a righteous struggle. It was a struggle that needed to be fought. And unfortunately, those who should have stood with us let us down. The TUC, Neil Kinnock.
Woo!
Forgive me while I swallow a bit of sick. Had they fought with us, we'd have won. And you know what? Britain, the world, would be a different place. We predicted what would happen if we lost. And look at the state this country's in now. So I'll say to you, even if you weren't at Orgreave, even if you weren't a striking miner, if you weren't even born 42 years ago, write into that inquiry and say the country's the shithole it is because of what happened to the NUM.
Whee!
We would be living in a better world. Neoliberalism would never take hold. Austerity would never even have been heard of. Tony Blair would never have succeeded in capturing the Labour Party. And had that not happened, then 1 million innocent Iraqis would still be alive today. So comrades, let's celebrate what we're about to do. I know it's hard. I wrote out my submission to the inquiry, even though I wasn't at Orgreave, but what happened to me before and after was because the police thought they got away with their lies at Orgreave. It was a hard ride because it brought back all the emotions of being brutalised, of being framed, of being convicted, of having to go home and face my young family still covered in blood with a criminal record. So I relish this inquiry. We can tell the truth. We can expose the state conspiracy against our union. And from that, we go on, because the fight won't be over just because we may or may not achieve a little bit of justice. The fight is for that world that we all believe in. We know a better world than this can be achieved. A world without poverty, a world without war, where everybody can keep the family alive, where everybody can feed themselves and enjoy life. Comrades, that's why we inscribe it on our banners. It's called socialism. It's still worth fighting for. That's our dream. Let's make it a reality, and let's make sure that the next battle that comes, we win. Solidarity.
Hey!
Thank you, John.